The Homeless Philosopher, Wisdom in Unexpected Places. Leo sat on the cold stone steps of Howcroft University's philosophy department, a place where minds were sharpened like swords, and people stepped over him like he was a crack in the pavement. He wore 3 coats, all torn at the seams. His shoes were held together by duct tape and stubbornness. Most students assumed he was another ghost of the city, a shadow, a smell. But every day, Leo sat reading from tattered paperbacks. Plato, Kierkegaard, Hume. His beard was tangled, his eyes were not, and nobody noticed. Until one afternoon, when a professor misquoted Kant during a lecture, and Leo, who had been sitting just outside the open window, corrected him, loudly. Word for word. Chapter 1. You misquoted the categorical imperative. The class fell silent. The professor paused, confused, then defensive. Excuse me? From outside, you said act as if your action would become law. But Kant's actual phrasing includes through your will. That's not trivial. It changes the whole premise of agency. A few students peeked out the window. It was that man, the one with the coats. The professor, slightly flustered, dismissed it. But Leo had already made an impression. Chapter 2. Who is Leo? Word spread across campus. Some students started lingering by the steps with coffee, pretending to check their phones, hoping he'd speak. He did. He talked about the illusion of meritocracy, the moral implications of apathy, and once, while eating half a bagel, he casually explained Gödel's incompleteness theorem better than any lecture had. Eventually, a curious philosophy major, Amina, sat beside him and simply asked, "Where'd you learn all this?" Leo smiled without teeth. I used to teach Oxford, before the noise in my head got too loud to grade papers. Chapter 3, the chair of the department. Amina wasn't just a student. Her father happened to be Dean of Humanities. She told him about Leo. He came by discreetly one morning. Leo recognized him immediately. Dr. Fenwick, 1992. You gave a talk on Spinoza's God. You opened with a joke about coffee and determinism. Dr. Fenwick blinked. You were there? Leo nodded. 3rd row. I asked about moral necessity during Q&A. You said I'd go far. I remember, Fenwick whispered. Your name was Leo Barrett. Leo nodded again. Until I stopped going. Chapter 4. The privilege of being heard. Dr. Fenwick made a controversial decision. He invited Leo to give a guest lecture. The announcement stunned the faculty. Some scoffed, others protested. A homeless man in their lecture hall? But on the day Leo spoke, the auditorium was full. He stepped up to the podium slowly, in clean, donated clothes, holding only a pen and a folded paper napkin. He said nothing for the first 10 seconds. Then, you know what the hardest thing about being homeless is? It's not the cold or hunger. It's becoming invisible in a world addicted to visibility. But I wasn't always invisible. I had students' tenure, conferences, then I lost my footing. One bad year, one lost friend. A cascade. I didn't lose my knowledge, just the privilege of being heard. His lecture, titled The Privilege of Being Heard, moved from Kant to compassion, from logic to listening, from dignity to debt, not the financial kind, but the human one. When he finished, there was silence, then a standing ovation. Epilogue. A seat at the table. Leo was offered a guest lecturer role. He refused a full-time post. I don't want to go back into buildings that forgot I existed, he said. Instead, he led outdoor seminars. Students gathered around the campus steps. Some brought snacks, some brought notebooks, most brought their silence and respect. A plaque was later placed beside the spot where Leo used to sit. Knowledge wears many coats, some with holes. Wisdom needs no credentials, only ears willing to hear it.